Hi, Bright Lights. Welcome. My name is Tina, and I am glad to jump on today. I wanted to talk about being in the void, the energy that I have been feeling for some of us light workers out there is that we have one foot in two different worlds. And we sometimes call that the void because we're kind of in going from one self to emerging to a new self. And so we're kind of right in between. And that makes a lot of sense if you think about it in the way that you have one foot in your old world, right? You could be going to a job you're not really crazy about. You could be raising kids. You could just not even know yet where your life is taking you. And that's okay as well. Because again, when we have one foot in our physical world in the 3D, but yet we are all striving to become aware of this new self, which is the more spiritual based self, which is more about giving up all of this old energy, dense energy, and coming to a new realization that gives us a lot more inner peace and teaches us about what we really came here to do and to embrace our uniqueness and the gifts that we carry. So that again can be it may seem like a difficult place to be, but it's really where you are meant to be. Because again, if we try to let go of all of these old beliefs and things that are not serving with us, it would totally destabilize us. It has to come out in these little chunks of us so that we can manage it. Because again, from the time that we're born, we take on a lot of these old ideas that were handed down our culture, things that, society puts on us, our parents put on us, our authority figures put on us to try to get us to conform into some old structure, which is not necessarily all bad. That's what we came here to do. And then we kind of came here to break free from that and to emerge into this uniqueness and everyone has their own piece of the puzzle that they want to put into this whole, if you think of it as a whole big puzzle, and all of these pieces were all of these pieces scattered all over the place. But as you put it together, it makes something so beautiful and so wonderful. And you're one of those little pieces of the puzzle. So you're very important. And it's really about us getting back to learning about who am I, what did I come here to do? What are the gifts, that I'm here to facilitate or to bring forth? So again, the energy right now is we're in the void. We're kind of in this, waiting for that new self to emerge. And that's all great and wonderful. So there's nothing wrong. There's no reason to feel, it can feel kind of stuck because, again, a lot of us could be learning a lot of lessons about patience and timing and those things and learning to make the best use of our resources. And of course, right away, the Two of Pentacles comes out, and that's balancing time and resources. So this is a time to look at the resources and the time that you do have, because recharging and resetting isn't, binge watching TV or avoiding our responsibilities. It's finding those little pieces of time to recharge. And recharge isn't always necessarily laying on the couch. It can be taking a nap if you're needing the rest, but I want to tell you that it can also be just creating something, creating a beautiful meal or creating something very nourishing can be very recharging to you, painting something, whatever inspires you. Looking at, I went to recently with my family and I went to, it was called The Magic at Black Rock, and it's getting close to Christmas time here in the US, and I'm in the northern part, and it's very cold, and everything is kind of dead, kind of is the void. But then I went to this beautiful lighted park with they had so many beautiful lights and displays and music, and that was very recharging. It's recharging for your soul to get out there with people you love and find that inner child. So again, balancing the time and resources while you're in the void, not being attached to any particular outcome that is happening. We can get very attached to how we think things should be when that is all evolving yet, and we have to trust in the flow of the universe. And here we are standing on our higher ground, defending off all of this responsibilities and obligation that can drag us down into the muck, and expending all the energy on that type of stuff which we attribute to the matrix, because that can be very draining. That isn't that can't be nurturing our bliss, but we have bills to pay and children to raise, so there's nothing wrong with it, and that's why we're on the higher ground. We're kind of defending ourselves here. What's coming in? What's going to happen? Do I just go back to the way things were? Would it just be easier? So it's again fighting all of these little you know these little things that crop up. And there's little growth on all these little wands, which represents, the little actions that we take. So might be just planting some seeds. Like I said, jotting, doing some journaling can be recharging, because that can sometimes you can use it to let go of some things that are negative in your life. Or it can be also about, inspiring you in some way. So, okay, so this is some stuff too that we want to maybe let go of a little bit. There's this winning at all costs, which is part of the matrix. The matrix is climbing this ladder, however that ladder represents to you, based on what society's view of success is, material wise, that type of energy where it's kind of this bullying and the toughest guy wins. And, I'm just, you see these people kind of turn their back on them. And this could represent too, you turning your back on this way of being, this way of having to win at all costs, because that can be such a hard thing. And this can be other people in your life that are the bullies to you, that are again taking from you your energy, your thoughts, hooking on to them again. And but this is you grieving a little bit, but walking away, because there's much better things out here. There's this beautiful ocean. There's, I'm gonna just leave that, let the universe take care of karma. If you've got people that are abusive in your life, it's never about revenge. We always think there's this elegant way to make people feel, make them come to terms. And we see these movies where people come around and then they become loving and kind. And just walk away. The best thing you can do is to stop enabling, bullies or people that are taking your time, and let the universe deal with them, whatever their path is. And so here's you now taking that leap of faith and walking away from that, moving out into the sunshine and moving into the unknown, where that can be very scary. This is the zero. This is that part of the void I'm talking about, where you don't know where you're going. You're just going to trust and move ahead. That you've got your little dog here, and he's all excited for you. Dogs represent anybody who's really truly loyal and supportive, and you're carrying all the only what you need in here. Another part of that matrix is believing you have all of this consumerism, these things that you need. And what I have done in my last 10 years is I have started to slowly get away from all of the overconsumption and getting rid of, I had a house and I had land and I had many horses I was taking care of, but I started to downsize and really started to simplify my life. And so he has all of his little things in this little backpack that he needs, and that's all you need. You don't need any of these shiny objects. And so I love this because he's looking up. He's just trusting that the universe is going to catch him. And that's not being attached to any outcomes. It doesn't mean that you can't have dreams or goals. That's not what coming out of the void and starting to merge into this new self is all about. But it is allowing the universe to play a part because, again, sometimes we hold us back with a lot of these limiting dreams and goals, and there's actually something much better for us that we came here to experience. And so here is the strength card. And so this is all about taming the beast, the inner beast, and starting to manifest from your inner place instead of striving so hard on the outside to attain what the new car or the new house or the best education for your kids. And again, this is taming that beast and coming from a place of centeredness, stability. She's put, here she's very confident in her ability to take care of any of these challenges that might seem immeasurable. That, this beast could be a lot of things that you're dealing with. And it's really about going within and knowing that you have the ability, how much power that we all have inside. And so I get the King of Swords here in reverse. And so this can be somebody in your world that is very cruel, that is very mean, that is malicious. And so this is about taming that beast, releasing that beast, any type of cruelty, anyone who's doing these things and recognizing it for what it is, not being, I always called it, codependent amnesia, because I was in relationships with people and I would forgive and forgive and forgive, but nothing would change. And they were very cruel and mean. And I would just always, they didn't mean it, or I'd always make excuses for them when I didn't realize what I was doing was enabling that behavior towards myself to allow that to happen to me. So some of you may be dealing with this, and this is a really tough energy because this can also be the manipulation of the matrix itself, which is cruelty. It's, the bully wins, the toughest one wins, which really is the bully wins, right? If you can really look at it from that perspective, this very selfish person who has great communication, but how they use it is very abusive in that communicative way. Just very, it can be gaslighting, so it's up to us to start to pull from that strength on the inside and to see where this can be the media. Where is the media manipulating? I keep very, very little hang on any media because anything we're giving our energy to, especially when it's these sensationalized stories and what's going on in politics, it really isn't anything any of us can control. So you really want to start to pull back, tame that energy, focus on the things that are within your environment. Look at all this sun in the environment and this infinity energy above her, the crown chakra there. So this is all this illusionary energy to keep us in a fear-based program, the matrix. And that's the game we came here to play. That isn't a shocker. This is all part of the 3D duality, fear, love, weakness, strengths. And we all picked charts that can bring in this energy, and it's all meant for us to break out of this energy. It's all, and it's not that people can, you could have a father-in-law or somebody who's like this. I'm just saying that because that is a king of swords, so that can be a masculine energy, or a politician or somebody that is really triggering you. But again, when something's triggering you, it's meant for you to go a little bit deeper and ask the deeper questions, like, well, why is this bothering me? What is reflecting back to me that I need to see? Because again, you have the power over your own life. No one else has that power. And again, here we are. Here's the death in reverse. And so what this is saying is that right now it's kind of this dead energy, but we're in this very transformative energy. So the death card in reverse, it can be psychic experiences maybe coming in for some of you. It can be really starting to look at what is happening in your world, where a lot of this fear energy is being driven from. And again, the death card in reverse is, like I said, could be near death experiences. It can be psychic experiences. So just know that that is all part of the transformation that we are in right now. And this is big. When you see a big major arcana like this card, this can be a major change coming in. And in a positive way, because again, that death is the ending, and are you really ready to let go of those things that are not serving you, those attachments? And so let's pull some oracle cards on these energies that we're looking at here. And we're going to go first to the Sacred Destiny card. What does this have to say about us being in between the two worlds? This one was stuck. Isn't that funny? That card was stuck. So there might be a feeling of stuckness, which I'd mentioned before, which is a little bit of an illusion because we're never stuck. We're just in stages in our life. And so this is all about fulfillment. And here we've got another full new moon coming up in January. These are timeless readings. So whenever the new moon is coming up for you, and then you've got the fruit on the vine. So fulfillment is looking at those things in your life that are fulfilling. And even a 3D job can be very fulfilling if it brings in some good collaboration, if it brings in a good wage that feeds you and houses you while you think of, while you start working on who it is you really what it is you really want to do, because not a lot of us, I was stuck in the 3D world and still am. I still have 2 feet, one in each side. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so this is really about looking deeper as to what fulfillment is all about for you. And so we're going to go to the elemental. Mountain clarity. So we've talked again. Sorry if these lights are so kind of glaring. And so there's mountains out there. A lot of right now, this is what my landscape looks at, and she's sleeping. So this might be, you might be getting these the psychic experiences, or you might be getting some downloads and stuff in your sleep right now. Oh, and my nose, whenever my nose itches, that's confirmation. um, and that's where you're going to get more of your clarity. And so this is the number 16, which is tied to your authenticity, what it is that you are bringing as we come down out of unity consciousness into these singular beings, which is separateness, to display a unique it's a unique perspective of consciousness. Is that is what you are. You are the unique part of that. And so you aren't like anyone else. And that's by design. That's what you came here for. And so this again, we're in between the worlds here. There's some obstacles yet to overcome, but she's just resting and taking it all in. She knows the clarity is coming. So I like that. Let's go and get to the wisdom of the oracle. See what wisdom we can. Building blocks. So this is what I was saying by recharging isn't necessarily just zoning out or again, because when I've mentioned this before in other videos, when you're just watching TV, and I do that. I've got some favorite shows that I watch, and but you just have to be conscious of how much you're doing that, or if you're on social media, because that can be very addicting. And so what you want now is you're in the void. So we got the foot in each, the matrix, one in your authentic self here, and you're kind of in that in-between world. And this is about starting to lay some of those building blocks, getting the ideas, writing them down, like I said, or just, starting to figure out what trips your trigger. I don't know where that came from, but that's a message I got. So getting back to that uh, building your own structure of truth here. This is about building your own structure of truth. And this is a 28, which adds up to the 8 and 2 adds up to 10, which 10 is about, remember, we're heading out of one cycle into another cycle. 10 can be the end of a karmic cycle. And so an end of a karmic cycle is letting go of this one aspect of that matrix that, we talk about being stuck in this endless wheel, the gerbil on the little wheel, and starting to, just planting seeds, building blocks to a new world. We're creating the new earth. And bright lights, we're heading there, and we're doing a great job. All of you guys are doing wonderful wherever you are. If you're just starting on your journey, if you're in the middle, most of us right now in this energy, we're in the void because we're ready to let go of some old beliefs so that we can, again, it's like an onion. We're just keep unraveling our authentic selves. And some of us takes longer. Some of us, we don't, we may not accomplish much of that in this lifetime, and we have another life. We'll pick another lifetime. So again, joy is always the key. Joy and contentment come up. And this is a beautiful card because I don't know there if you can see it at all, but it's just got such beautiful color. And we can find gratitude, joy. Joy is the main key in this world. We can find that in even the most drudgery, even the most, that energy is what will propel you out of any type of a stuck situation. So that's why it's so difficult, because when you're feeling stuck, it's kind of a denser, darker energy. But if you can pull on, I watch, some comedy. If I do watch TV, I try to watch things that bring higher levels of feeling inside of me. And I also do that with music. We talk about music a lot. Uh, Talking to your angels, pulling in your angel guides. We are going to do a healing incantation at the end of this video as well, like we did, like I did in the last one, because we have a lot more power by the words we speak. So I want you to understand just how important that is for you. And we're going to get the oracle the fairies want to come through right now. So let's bring them on. Yeah. And so this is finding that balance with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And she's writing, journaling in her book. Here's the candle gazing. We talked about that. Doing meditations with candle gazing is a great tool. And this says, find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. And that might be where the psychic experiences or downloads are coming in. And that is another reason we call that ascension symptoms. If you're feeling unusually fatigued and tired or not sleeping very well, because this can also be insomnia. So if you're having that issues, it's again, you're getting downloads again, to help you to let go of those old beliefs and start on a new journey. What a beautiful card. Even I see this like a perfume bottle too, even smells or fragrances. I had bought these sprays from Amanda Ellis uh, that again can certain sprays can bring in certain energies. And this is a Sunat Kamara Love and Light Activation Spray. And so, these are just some little tools that I use to help, besides the fact that I clear my energy on a regular basis, I call in my angels. I try to, and I don't do anything super lengthy, again, because we do have limited time in this 3 day. And if we are working to support ourselves and we aren't completely in alignment with that, it is really necessary for us to find those little pieces of time. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to meditate for an hour. It's just these little chunks of time, setting little chunks of intentions. And so I want to do, since I sprayed the spray from Sunat Kumara, I am going to go to the Self-Mastery Oracle. This is Amanda Ellis's that I was just talking about. And this self-mastery is all about leadership, taking the lead, answering the call. So I've been feeling this with the bright lights and people that are resonating with this, that we are being called. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We're shifting into a new paradigm, and we need all of the light workers to answer the call. And that is an 8, which is, again, 8 is all about infinity and manifestation and emotions, manifesting through your emotions. So, and so card number 8 is linked to the planet Saturn, which concerns duty, responsibility, security, discipline, all qualities needed for good leadership. To be a leader means to be open to the opportunities that always will come knocking. It means being prepared to welcome change and growth in each new adventure as part of life's long journey. Leadership often entails entering uncharted territory and creating a new path for others who will follow in your wake. To be asked to be a leader by Metatron is an angel that is all about sacred geometry. So, to be asked to be a leader by Metatron requires faith that you will always walk these steps, but that you will do so with his light burning brightly beside you. The darkness diminishes, and all that can be seen is a blazing trail ahead into what your higher self has already agreed to long before you incarnated. It is said that leaders are not made but born, and this is true. And yet, for those of you who struggle with leadership, realize that with Metatron, you are offered a chance of a rebirth, a chance to become a figurehead and an inspiration to others. It's not so much about what you do, it has to do with how you are. Your light goes out in front of you, and others become aware of it, even if they do not understand it or realize the impact it can have on anyone who sees, feels, or touches it. You make a difference each day by being you. The keys on this card, there's keys on this card. Yes, the keys, alignment keys, that's me. The keys on this card highlight that there are many doorways still to present themselves in your life. You will know which to open, which to walk away from, and which doorways are for others to walk through. Robes of purple and crimson red are worn by those who have earned the wisdom to wear them. With such wisdom coming from many lifetimes before, this one that you experience now. Leadership is not a lonely place with Metatron by your side. His beacon flame is given to those he knows he can trust to do his work and spread his energy of transformation on this planet. Those whom you are asked to help will have been sent to you and are a correct vibrational fit for what you have to impart to them. Truly, leaders are teachers who pass on knowledge, but are mainly here to remind each person they meet of what already lies dormant within them. In Metatron's army of light, many leaders are needed. Those from different backgrounds, life experiences, creeds, ages, and races. You are the one who has been called. All that is given or all that is asked is that you say yes, and the beacon will be lit in your honor and given to you. You take no baggage with you, just not like on the fool's journey, right? You're not taking much with you here. No preconceived ideas, expectations, or hopes, just yourself and your light. That is all you need for whatever you are asked to do or say in this role. You signed up for this and you are ready. Well, that hit pretty hard on what we are trying to say with this little reading here. And the last card is for the Gateway of Light activation. And we've got this card before came through. And it's so bright, I don't know if it will show up, but it's the crown chakra upgrade. And we talked about that something happening here in the psychic level. And so it's divine connection, holy experience, and miraculous energy. And so we're going to do a quick command code to activate this crown chakra upgrade. And so it says, so please repeat after me. Higher self, please align the crown chakra upgrade with the unified field, the microcosm and the macrocosm, and create integration in all aspects of the hologram to enable synchronicity with the divine flow. Thank you. And then you're going to want to say, higher self, please align the crown chakra upgrade to feel at ease within the void to open the pathway to access my divine nature, to enable surrender to the stillness within and experience expansion in unlimitedness. Thank you. So please say those commands several times to activate them, because what you ask for, you will receive. Well, I hope this reading helped you, and I look forward to the next one. So please, in the meantime, show the way, bright lights, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.